Top 3 sneaky strategies to beat overwhelm. Do you remember how amazing it felt to wake up on those carefree vacation days when you had not a care in the world, knowing you had absolutely nothing pressing to do? Wouldn't you be willing to do almost anything to get that feeling back? I'm Marley Major, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to reveal 3 neuroscientific tricks that will make you get that carefree feeling again, even if all you do now is spin your wheels getting nothing done by the end of every day. Once you learn how easy it is to use these techniques, you'll be able to unclutter your head. You'll be able to plant the seeds of motivation in your own mind, creating a sense of intense clarity. You'll be compelled to focus on your highest level activities and priorities without distraction. And if you employ my techniques and do something different than you've always done, it'll be a matter of taking a few simple steps to minimize your distraction with social media and everything else, and this time you'll have an uncluttered mind and a true path to solving your business problems. This time, you can finally feel like you're truly in charge of your schedule without feeling pulled to check out everyone else's lives on Facebook. This might sound impossible to you right now, but I promise that if you follow my advice and do exactly as I say, you'll be amazed at how quickly true clarity shows up in your life. For the first time, you'll focus on what matters: your kids, your partner, your own self-care. Now, I have to warn you, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply what I'm going to teach you, and the sooner you apply my techniques, the better. So pay close attention to this presentation because this may be the most important 10 minutes of your life. I don't know exactly how you got so overwhelmed and off track, but hopefully it wasn't as dramatic as what happened with Roberta. Roberta thought she had found the one, the perfect man, the love of her life. For almost 3 years, she saw herself clear as day, going down this road of happiness, one foot after the other, feeling so relieved she'd found the man she'd been dreaming of her entire life. Then on Cinco de Mayo, getting ready for one of her favorite nights of the year, she waited to hear the plan from her boyfriend. But instead, she got a very different message. She got text dumped. "I need space. Everything just feels like a burden to me. I'm going for a hike, and if you want to talk later, call me." With just one sentence, Roberta's world came crashing down upon her. Can you forgive her for freaking out and wanting to throw herself into her work just to take her mind off of her heartbreak? An overwhelming sense of anxiety welled up inside her, so she did the only thing that didn't remind her of him. She worked, and worked, and worked. Then a few months later, her back started hurting, but she ignored it. She knew she'd been working way too much and swore to herself she would take a break. The first chance she got, she took a train to Portland to veg. But the next morning, that pinched nerve she thought she had switched sides. And pinched nerves do not just switch sides. Her back really bugging her, she stayed in with room service. For the next 2 days, she struggled with a fever of 105, hallucinating, alone, and with no one to help. On day 3, Roberta was in so much pain she cried the whole airplane ride home. On day 4, Roberta's friend called to check on her. Alarmed at how weak she sounded, the friend could only drop Roberta at the ER because she had to get to work. Roberta barely remembered the nurse taking her blood. She was rushed to a private room in the ER, doctors, monitors, and alarms sounding everywhere. Her fever was so high and symptoms so severe, the doctors feared she had meningitis. Alone in the ER, she realized she had made a huge mistake. She should never have ignored such a simple pain just to dull her heartbreak. Hours later, the nurse asked if her paperwork was in order. "Paperwork? What paperwork?" "Your will and medical directives," the nurse replied, relatively nonplussed. "Medical directives? Directing whom to do what?" Over the next 9 days, Roberta learned the consequences of ignoring what she was too afraid to face. That pinched nerve was actually a UTI that had turned into a severe kidney infection. She went into septic shock, her heart failed, her lungs collapsed, and her diagnosis had a 20 to 50% mortality rate. The priest gave her last rites, and she composed final letters to her 3 children. And it haunted her day and night. She had done this to herself. She ignored something so small that could have been treated so easily had she just faced the facts. And now look at the mess she was in. She literally begged God for a second chance. But what would she do differently if she actually got it? That answer became crystal clear. She needed to clear her mental clutter and focus on the things that truly mattered. Roberta needed to use the neuroscientific techniques I'm about to describe to you to get her bleep together. In case you didn't know, Roberta was me. I needed to stop ignoring the warning signs right in front of me. Just by simply identifying my top priorities, I got a second chance to get my business and life back on track and better than ever. I learned to only focus on the people and projects that truly gave me joy, to clear out the noise of everyone's perfect Facebook relationships, vacations, and business triumphs. I finally learned the simple, easy way to focus on what matters to me most, and I can teach you too. You'll feel safe and secure knowing you'll never get sucked into such overwhelm again. Look, I know this probably sounds pretty far-fetched from where you're sitting right now, but here's the thing. As soon as you stop comparing yourself to the world on social media, you'll harness your own power to create a fabulous life. You'll do a 180-degree turn. You'll be more focused and motivated, and you'll be kicking yourself for wasting so much time comparing yourself to other people, for foolishly thinking their lives were somehow better than yours. You see, we're actually a lot more success-driven than you think, and you can use this drive to gain an unfair advantage. So far, you've only been talking to the emotional side of your brain, but no amount of wishing and hoping is going to make your life appear as good as somebody else's. What you actually need to do is engage with the rational side of your brain, because this is where those drive buttons are located. And pushing these drive buttons will literally change your focus from one of competing and comparing to one of excelling and elevating yourself. Because this happens on a subconscious level, you won't have to work any harder to make this happen. The key to engaging with the rational center of your brain is a little thing called dopamine, a neurotransmitter produced in the brain that improves concentration, motivation, and focus. I'll teach you key techniques that you can employ right now that will clear the clutter out of your head. Eventually, knowing exactly what to focus on will become totally second nature regardless of what's streaming on Facebook. That's the real beauty of my methods and the secret sauce to my program. I'll show you how to breeze past your insecurities and self-doubt, and you'll finally see what actually matters to you and find the inner confidence to be the superstar you were born to be. Before I tell you how to turn this into a reality for you, you need to understand 3 critical facts that most women in business will never know. Fact number 1, social media is lying to you. No one out there automatically has it all, nor the perfect lives they post. We all have insecurities and critical inner voices trying to make us feel like we'll never measure up, but actually no one can. You need to pull back the curtain and get past the deception to reveal the real reason you're overwhelmed in the first place, because the problem probably isn't what you think it is. So fix it before it's too late. Fact number 2, you're going to have to accept that true success comes with plenty of obstacles and failures. There's just no other way, and that's actually a good thing, because obstacles, never shown on Facebook, teach you very important lessons. After all, if those relationships were so perfect, then why would the divorce rate in the US be nearly 50%? What you need to do is upgrade your mental operating system, a clear system with brand new tools that will stand the test of time, making this the last time you'll ever get sucked into social media lives that don't actually exist. Fact number 3, in order to win back your mental clarity and establish a new healthy relationship with yourself, you need to erase all of the negative habits and patterns you have and replace them with positive ones. You need to tap into your competitive nature and plant the seeds of confidence and accomplishment so that you'll never feel lost and overwhelmed again. These facts are important because they're the foundation of my system. Remember the neuroscientific techniques I talked about at the beginning of this video? I call this 3-step process my AAA system. Acknowledge, accept, and adjust. In the acknowledgement phase, I'll teach you how to remold your mental image of yourself. Without any real work on your part, you'll train your brain to shut out all of the noise devilishly trying to distract you. You'll create a stop doing list and focus on the things you love to do the most that put you in that magical place called the zone. If employed correctly, these neuroscientific tricks can be used to completely change your negative habits and trigger the chemical changes necessary to keep you alert and focused, get your work done faster, and dramatically improve your mood and confidence. In the acceptance phase, you'll learn exactly how to open a line of direct communication to your brain's motivation center. If you do this correctly, you'll be able to plant the seeds of motivation deep inside your mind so you'll focus on your dreams instead of someone else's, which don't exist anyway. And finally, in the adjustment phase, you'll create your new action plan and feel totally in control of your brain. You'll have the opportunity to put all of the pieces together that you created in the first 2 phases. I'll show you a few simple mind techniques to easily create the perfect roadmap for you. And if there are any tweaks to be made, you'll know exactly where to focus and you'll kick yourself for not realizing this easier reality sooner. All you have to do is say yes. So you're probably thinking now, okay, Marley, these tactics are extremely powerful, and I get that, but how do I get started? Allow me to introduce what I've been working on like crazy for the past 2 decades. I call it my simple, step-by-step system, your biggest business problem solved. This is a system that I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that teaches women exactly what to do, leaving no stone unturned. This comprehensive system is my pride and joy. It's an idiot-proof program that I've been tweaking and perfecting constantly. Now, this isn't rocket science, but what I can tell you for certain is that you definitely haven't read or heard much of the stuff that I reveal in my program. Sure, maybe you've seen some of my tips regurgitated elsewhere on the internet, but most of it will be new to you. Here are a few examples. The 4 neuroscientific tricks you can use right now to clear your mental clutter that will help you feel immediate relief putting an action plan into place. How simply not checking Facebook, like many people suggest, is totally useless and guaranteed to fail unless you first set the stage using my David and Goliath technique of define and conquer. How memorizing 9 simple words will get you out of any mental tailspin, ensuring you'll never be caught off guard or wondering if your competitors really are booking that much more business. How trying to make your frenemies and competitors jealous is incredibly risky and likely to backfire unless you use my foolproof domino theory. The 5 simple questions you must ask yourself right now in order to identify what's really bugging the bleep out of you. And these are so easy to answer, your kindergartner could do it. Do this right and you'll feel an overwhelming sense of relief. This one thing you should never do on social media unless you're willing to risk disastrous consequences for you and your business. How employing my 2 magic words will put you ahead of 95% of the other business owners out there and ignite your primal capability to make yourself happy and focused. Why all of us possess exactly what it takes to succeed and achieve mental clarity and confidence, and how to use this natural instinct to see yourself as better than all of your competitors. How to make a total game out of your to-do list to the point where you actually want to start getting stuff done, even if you swear you have not 1 ounce of motivation left. How one of nature's most beautiful creatures will convince you you've got exactly what it takes, even if you failed a million times before. As I already mentioned, all of this stuff has been proven effective by the thousands of people with whom I've worked over the past million years. Take Nicole Achi, for example. Nicole started using my systems and emailed me this update. Hi, Marley. First, I want to thank you. I was struggling to figure out how to be successful in a super competitive marketplace and prove to my husband that my business was much more than a hobby. Pretty much everything you suggested and the market you encouraged me to corner not only worked, but has so far surpassed my expectations, and my husband loves you. So thank you for being an amazing coach. But second, now that things are so successful, I want to have a couple more calls to create another game changer. I love hearing stories like Nicole's, and thankfully I get emails like that regularly from women who have used my system. Now, things don't always turn around as quickly as they did for Nicole, but if you follow my advice to the letter like she did, the end result is usually the same. Here's a voicemail I just received from Don Claiborne in Tennessee.
Hey Marley, it's Don calling from Clay Hill Farm. Listen, I really can't thank you enough for saving me yesterday. I totally felt like I was drowning and you threw me a lifeline. I don't know if I ever told you, but when I first started your program, I was really pretty skeptical because, well, I wasn't an event planner and I just thought there wasn't really going to be anything that applied to me. But after about 3 or 4 weeks, I started seeing some results, and most importantly, I felt confident. So it was great to actually get some clarity and get some things done. Your system really works, seriously. And I'm not sure I'll ever be able to repay you, but what I can do is say, thanks a bushel. Bye.
And what's crazy? I've never actually met Don in person. He found me by doing a random search on the internet, just like a lot of you, and decided to try my program. And he seems pretty happy with how things panned out. Am I absolutely certain that my system will instantly solve all of your problems? Of course not. But I do know that grabbing a copy of my program will dramatically improve your odds and give you a legitimate shot at trashing that stupid hamster wheel once and for all. Listen, I know there are other similar programs out there, and some of them are okay, but there's really no other system in the world like this. I know for a fact that none of the other expert guides are based on the sort of proven research in business science that mine is. I've done my homework and poured through neuroeconomics and neuroscientific studies carried out by Wharton and Vanderbilt. Maybe that makes me a huge geek, but I'm okay with that if it means that this program is ridiculously effective. And let me ask you, what if you could go back to those carefree summer days before social media reported continuously on your competitor's most recent fab trip to Paris with her hot husband? But if I said that it would cost you a bucket full of cash, how much would you be willing to fork over? $500? $1,000? $10,000? Surely for a clear head and the confidence of knowing you were doing exactly what you should be at any given moment, you'd run to the nearest bank and fork over your life savings, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for your life savings. I'm not even going to ask you for $200. Ask yourself, do you really want to stop being so overwhelmed? Do you really want to stop second-guessing yourself all the time? Do you really want to get off that hamster wheel once and for all? If the answer to those questions is yes, if you're ready to beat overwhelm and take your business to the next level, if someone would just show you and tell you exactly what to do, then it shouldn't matter what the price is because you really can't miss this opportunity to stop the endless chatter in your brain no matter how much it costs. Do you know how rare it is to actually have a clear head, one that's not swimming with confusion? Do you know how unlikely it is that you'll ever find all the answers to achieving total mental clarity in one simple package, if ever? A few years from now, looking back, you might be willing to pay thousands of dollars for one more chance to have the simplest, shortest, easiest path already mapped out for you. And there's nothing worse than constantly wondering, what if? Wondering if you could have done one thing differently that would have nailed a great new client, even if your prices were higher than your competitor. Normally, my system sells for $347, and I've had hundreds of women say that I'm worth every penny. But like I said, I really want you to see for yourself how well it works, and I don't want the cost to prevent you from trying it out. Several people said I was crazy to offer the program at $129. I told them that was still too expensive for some people. So for a limited time, I've decided to offer the entire Your Biggest Business Problem Solved, everything in this program for just $47. Yes, that's a one-time payment of $47 in exchange for a proven system that's helped thousands of women from around the world get exactly the focus they're looking for, a second chance at true mental clarity. The entire system, everything you need to get off the hamster wheel, is available immediately after you sign up. There are no shipping fees and no waiting around for Amazon to deliver a package. Just download the program and get going now, even if it's 2 a.m. and you're in your sweats. Look, I know that despite everything I've said in this video, so far you may still be skeptical, and fair enough. There is a lot of garbage for sale on the internet these days, but to prove to you that I'm not a fraud, that this program really does work extremely well, I'm going to guarantee your success. Here's the deal. You sign up for my program, watch every video, and apply the step-by-step strategies I've laid out. If after completing them and following my advice, you're not somehow so much more productive than you ever thought possible, if you don't have 10 times more business savvy than you did before you took the program, if your confidence isn't the highest it's ever been, I'll give you 100% of your money back, no questions asked. And don't worry about rushing the process either. You've got a full 2 months to apply my techniques and build an entirely new you. That's right, for a full 60 days after you sign up for my program, you can click your mouse a few times and get a 100% refund. And if you act now, you'll also be able to get the transcripts of my program at no additional cost. That means you'll be able to download my training course on your iPad or iPhone so you could learn my techniques at the gym or even in the car. Not only that, but I'm also going to throw in 5 additional bonuses at no extra cost. The first bonus is exclusive access to our private Facebook group, where you get accountability, community, and leverage resources, all for you. I know I've talked a lot about these neuroscientific tricks. Well, one of them ties directly to sharing your progress with others. This private group will help cheer you on, give you that necessary boost when you're feeling down, and hold your feet to the fire when all you want to do is give up. See, I just know that sometimes those nasty negative voices inside your head become almost unbearable, practically convincing you that you'll never be able to figure it out, that you're just not smart enough or don't have the right degree or have no business experience. And those thoughts can be so debilitating, I know. Order now and you'll also receive lifetime access to all the materials. I want you to picture something for a second. I want you to envision your significant other walking into the room you're sitting in right now. He or she glances at you, a total look of bewilderment on their face because you can tell that they're positively shocked that you aren't manically checking your phone or stressed out about some upcoming deadline. He or she is totally blown away by how incredibly calm you look. This situation can be a reality for you if you use the productivity templates we've included to help maximize your time, make more money, and cut the chaos that we've included at no extra charge. These bonus templates give you a step-by-step plan to beating overwhelm once and for all. By themselves, these bonuses are worth more than $300. But today, they're free when you sign up for Your Biggest Business Problem Solved. And all you have to do to get started is enter your email address in the box right below and press the big pink button. Don't worry, when you click the button, you'll see a summary of the program, cost, and what you'll be receiving for your $47. Plus info on my 60-day money-back guarantee, and from there, you'll literally be 2 minutes away from accessing the entire program. Oh, and one other thing. You may be wondering about, I know a lot of people hate giving their credit card information over the internet. I totally get that, and I'm the same way. But with Infusionsoft, you never have to worry about privacy or security. Thanks to Infusionsoft's payment processing system, I'll never see your credit card details. Your purchase will be secured using the most advanced encryption technology that money can buy. That also means that if you're worried that I may not honor my money-back guarantee, Infusionsoft has your back and will always be there to process the refund. A lot of people ask me if this program works as well as you say it does. Then why are you only charging $47? Well, there's a simple reason for that. I'm trying to sell as many copies as I can this month and simultaneously save anybody I can from the heartache and self-doubt I went through. The price will be going up by quite a significant amount in the next week or so. So if you're on the fence about signing up, then I strongly urge you to do it today before I raise the price. And don't forget my 100% money back guarantee. You can always buy now at the reduced price and then email me later for a refund if you aren't totally thrilled with the program. So there's no risk and you're getting a serious discount. What are you waiting for? Enter your email address below and click the big pink button to get started today if you want to be my next success story. At this point, the way I see it, you really just have two options. Option one, you leave this website and you think about it. But like I said at the beginning of this video, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply my proven success techniques. The longer that you wait, the more likely it is that your to-do list will keep growing and your chance at becoming your best self will be gone forever. If there's anything else I can guarantee based on my journey, it's that this will happen eventually if you don't do something about it today. And then there's option two. Click the big pink button below and take me up on my risk-free offer. You'll literally be 3 minutes away from clearing the mental clutter once and for all, and you'll get an unfair advantage over every other competitor that's trying to undercut you and steal business from you. And again, you're backed by my ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's literally no risk on your part. All you have to do is get started is enter your email and just click the big pink button below. By now, and you can start exactly what to say to yourself to stop the comparison game once and for all. You'll be able to feel the way you did on those carefree summer days as a kid using your biggest business problem solved. You'll get twice as much done in half the time just by taking advantage of a few neuroscientific tricks. I can't even begin to tell you how successful my programs have been for other women all around the world. Please be another one of my success stories. All you have to do is enter your email address and click the big pink button below this video. Don't waste another second. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that your competitor will snag that client you know is just perfect for you. Sorry if that sounds harsh, but deep down you know it's the truth. She'll snake the business right out from under you and will post the whole glorious show on Facebook. And then at that point, the window of opportunity for you to nail any referrals from that client are almost guaranteed to be lost forever. So the sooner you try your biggest business problem solved, the better. Don't take that risk and instead just click the pink button below right now. I've poured decades of research into this system and I want you to try it now. I promise you won't regret it. I think if you're still watching, you may want to hear some of the most common questions I get asked about my program. What happens if I decide the program isn't for me and I want to take you up on your 100% money back guarantee? Like I said, getting a refund is easy. All you have to do is email me, hello@thepartygoddess.com, and provide me with your info and we'll process your refund pure and simple. Even in the extreme unlikely event you can't get a hold of us to process your refund, Infusionsoft has your back and you can contact them directly to get your refund. When does the program start? Right this second. It's super easy. Sign up now, download your modules, start learning, then show up for your live Q&A call. You get to choose when you start your modules and how long it takes. You, of course, we recommend fixing your pricing now, but at least you know there's some flexibility. I sell a product, not a service. Will this work for me? Yes, big business problems do not discriminate, so this program is perfect for any business problem regardless of whether you sell products or services. Do I get lifetime access to the program? But of course, you'll be able to access all the course material forever so that you'll have the tools to solve any business problem that comes your way. When will I receive my product? Once you click the big pink button below, you're literally less than 5 minutes from accessing the entire Your Biggest Business Problem Solved program, which means you can start the process of decluttering your brain in just a few minutes from now. I'm already up to my eyeballs in work. If I sign up for this, how am I going to be able to fit it all in? You'll learn how to immediately cut out the stuff in your schedule that doesn't make you money so that you'll have extra time right away. Don't know how to do it? Don't worry, because it's one of the first things we'll cover. Do you offer personal coaching? Yes, I actually offer one-on-one coaching, and if you sign up for my program right now, you'll receive an offer for personal coaching. For more information, buy the program, and you'll immediately be brought to a page containing information about how to get personalized, tailored advice. How do I view the product, and will it work for Mac, PC, iOS, Android? My program is fully compatible with all devices. All the downloads in my program are in PDF format and can be read on any device. The audio version of the program is in MP3 format and is also compatible with all devices. Still not convinced? Here are a couple more testimonials, and these are just a handful of ones that I get every single week. Donna O'Brien says, Marley really made me feel great that my business would be a financial success by following a few easy steps. She brought the reality to life and helped me grow my business to make money. You're the best, and I didn't even feel stupid for 1 second. Thanks for everything. Annette Nate from New York says, learning from her was so much fun. Her workshop was the best workshop I've ever attended, and I have attended hundreds over the years. You don't need to be an event planner to work with her. Her systems work for everyone. She's so giving, and I never looked back. What else do I need to know? Nothing. You just need to enter your email address in the box below and click the big pink button to start the process of clearing your mental clutter. If you still have questions about my program or your specific situation, feel free to email me. My address is hello@thepartygoddess.com. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video and all the best. See you on the other side. Bye for now.